Hey guys, how's it going? Alright, we're doing a video on selfie sticks and a selfie stick holder. Now, I've bought this selfie stick. Now this was recommended to me by Stuart B, and I think he's from the UK. It was about 2 months ago. Here's his comment thing. So first of all, thanks Stuart B, because I've bought it and I think it's bloody fantastic. So this is what it is. Oh, there it is. What is it? Spark. I don't know how to pronounce that bloody word, but it's a selfie stick. And it comes with all these little bits and pieces. So you've got a USB remote, there's a smartphone holder, there's also the mount for the GoPro and all that kind of stuff. Now I'll bring you over here, I'll show you that, and also what I was using before and the differences between why I think this is awesome, and there's also some drawbacks. And then I'm going to show you the mount that I've made, which was actually an ingenious thought by Nay. Yeah, I'll show you that on Max, and I've got some footage of out on the highway with Harry, and then just on a dirt road and that with Max. Cool, let's go over and have a look at this. Actually guys, I'll first get the price bits out. I've got a little bit of paper here, you can see that. So I bought it from eBay, and it was eBay America, so ebay.com. They shipped to Australia, so I was able to get it that way. So totally, it cost me $50.78 Australian dollars. It was $29.20 for the selfie stick, and $21.58 for the shipping to Australia from America, obviously. Now I've also got that in its totally packed up state. That's 40 centimeters in length, which works out to be 16 inches. And when it's fully extended, which hopefully you can see that, it's 120 centimeters, which is 47 inches. Alright, let's go down here and have a look at these bits and pieces. Alright guys, so the first thing, it comes with one of these little things that you stick your phone in there and it clamps down on it. I don't use it, so I don't need it. Comes with a little bloody handy little doobie. I don't use it, don't need it. These are for GoPros. I don't have GoPro mounts. I don't even know how this stuff works, so don't use that. Comes with this little remote. It actually was missing the little button there. I'm not worried because I've actually already got one exactly the same as this. And that bottom button is for the, what do you call it? The non-iPhone, yeah, whatever it is, non-iPhone phones. That's for the iPhone, pressing that button. So this would still work for me. But I've already got one, so, and it works really well. I love this bloody idea, but I don't need this one. So all I'm interested in was this. So it's got a nice big grip. The biggest problem with this, as opposed to what I was using before, is you can clearly see, is that this is absolutely tiny compared to that. And obviously this is heavier than this one, but this is way more robust, especially with mounting. I used to have to tape my camera on here to stop this from vibrating loose, whereas on this it doesn't. It just sits on there nice and firm. It's got bloody like a really sticky rubbery thing on there, just holds firm and stays on there. The other downfall to this, which is why I've got this one, is that when you would be on the bike and the wind would hit the camera, it would just slide around like that. So you're always fighting, trying to keep that camera straight, which is hence why I bought this. Actually guys, I mentioned about the weight. We better weigh them, eh? So we've got 115 grams. This big one, 239 grams. So there's the difference. Folks, what are you doing? You having fun? Excellent. Go on, continue. Alright, so obviously the main reason why I bought this was purely for that, for it so that it doesn't actually spin around in the wind, as you saw with that other one. That's the only reason why I bought it. If that other one didn't do that, I would have stuck with that. It's better because it's smaller and it easily goes in and out and all that kind of stuff. But that whole flipping was just no good. So on here you can see the reason why this doesn't do it is because of that groove in there, and it's got one on the other side. So basically that's in there and it just does not turn at all. So that's the main reason. It has some, some cool things. It's solid, it's robust. The big head here and that grippy thing, that's bloody fantastic. I just tighten her up, that's it. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to worry about putting tape on it. It's got a cool little chrome thing there, so that you can kind of like when you're looking, you can see in there what your camera's going to be, what it's getting. This thing, I really love this because that's kind of like a ratchety type thing. So when you put it in the position and you just turn that, hunker it down, that's in, that's solid, no moving. Whereas the other one was a little bit dinky die. And obviously I don't know what I paid for it. Mostly paid $9 for it or whatever. It also has a slot there, so if you've got a tripod like what you guys are on and you wanted to get a tall shot, you could actually screw that onto there and then get a bigger shot, taller shot or whatever. But they're all just bits and pieces. Like I said, it was that turning bit. Now, I took Harry out this morning on up the highway, got some shots just using the selfie stick just for the hell of it, so you can see what I've done. There's nothing fantastic. Went a little crazy with the edits. Here it is, have a look. Cool, so it works, it does what it was supposed to do. Now, the way I carried that selfie stick when I was with Harry, I just bloody put it in my jacket like that. I wouldn't normally carry it like that. I didn't worry about putting my tank bag on and stuffing around. I know on Harry on the cruiser, it's like a lounge chair. I can sit there, let go of the handlebars, and I can be bloody stuff arsing around, and it just keeps going down the highway. I put my bloody cruise control on and everything's sweet. So, and of course I'm going down a straight bloody highway, there's no rocks and holes and bits and pieces, so it's really easy to use a selfie stick on a road bike. Now, when I was saying about the selfie stick holder, I've tried lots of ways of doing it, and just being on max, which means I'm on the dirt, on tracks and bits and pieces, and I've done it before. You know, when you're on the big long dirt ones, it's not too bad. It's just when there's a little bit more trickier stuff. Obviously, you know, when I'm in the small tracks and stuff like that, I'm just not going to use a selfie stick. It's just stupid. You just don't have the time to be able to do stuff, and it's just bloody dangerous. You're just going to come off, and you'd be an idiot for doing it. That's not to say that I'll always give something a try. But anyway, so I wanted a way of being able to have this and be able to get it out, and then be able to put it away and get it out really easy. And like I said, I've tried different ways, and nothing really ever seems to work well. So this is what Nay came up with. Alright, so I was sitting down chatting with Nay, going, what the hell am I going to do? And I started talking about using a toilet brush, you know, one of those, it's a wire thing, and it's got all the furry bits and pieces, a bit like one of these. You can see that. But having it and making a coil so that I could just jam it in there, so it would sit in there, and then of course all that furry stuff would stop it from trying to jump out and stuff like that. But then Nay said, what about one of those broom handle holders, which is what you can see right here. So basically you use it for your normal everyday bloody broom. You stick that on the wall, and then you put your you put your broom in there and locks it in there, and then you pop it out like that. And I went, bloody hell, what a ripper. So we went to the supermarket, and hey presto, they had them. It was a 3M product. Don't know, yeah, there you go. There you go, bloody bit of information on there. Like that. Simple though, it was like $8. I'll rip it out. Basically this was actually white, so hopefully you can see that. Basically that's it, that's all it does. As simple as that. So I've spray painted it black. I don't know if you can see that. On the top of this bag is a little kind of like a map holder thing. And I very rarely put anything in there, so I've done the bad thing and I've cut a hole in my bag. But it's only the top part of it. So I've cut that slot there so that this now just gets put in there. And by doing it this way, that means that I don't always have to have this on there if I don't want to. And then it's just its normal Velcro, clips down there like that, and now that works, just like that. Bloody brilliant! Now I'll show you the selfie stick working on it. Alright, so I'll actually whack this on. So basically I just put that on there, wind that little doodad. Oop. Wind that on, and then do the last tighten up like that. That's it, that's straight on there, no worries, that's never bloody coming off. So now, all I do is, once that's there like that, plonk, that's it, on there. And if I want to grab it, I just got to pull it out. Put it back in. Bloody fantastic. Now I've got some footage out with Max on the dirt roads, testing it on some tracks, you know, jiggling it around and all that kind of bullshit. Anyway, look, have a look at it now.
Alright guys, so first test is just seeing, going through all the rough stuff and see if this thing is going to sit here all by itself. So you most probably won't see any of that. But there we go. Still hanging on. Ho-ho! Oh, what have we got? A car up here. Doing a bit of prospecting, gold detecting, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this thing ain't moving much at all. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll try and hit some bumps. That's pretty solid. Alright, I'll come back to you. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with that. Even though that moves around like that, it takes a bit for it to come out. And as long as I think have it, instead of having it up like that, cool. We'll give it the old jump test. Oh. Hey, I love that. Alright, let's see if I can now actually use it. Alright guys, so what I do is normally turn this on. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to also use my Omni Cruise. I'd pull this out and it is recording. So now you should be seeing me. Now I'm going to swap over hands. So I've got throttle control. Now I haven't got this extended out at all. I'm going to extend it out, but now I'm back on the bloody tar. Hang on. Whoa! There you go! Look at that! Change gears without the clutch. Beautiful! Now the only problem now is if I go, holy shit, I've got to try and whack that in there like that, and that does it. I don't know if you can see that. That is actually holding it. If I pull that out and put it in there, that won't hold it as much, so I have to do it back there. Hopefully you guys can see that. Oh, cool. Alright, well I think that's a bloody winner. Back to the man cave.
Well, there you go guys, so that's the Arrow Spark selfie stick. Bloody fantastic, I reckon. Yeah, hopefully I get some good videoing use out of it, and more so being able to do it on Max, the DR650, and of course not to forget And I think we'll call that the Nay selfie stick holder. Bloody ingenious idea, I reckon. Alright guys, keep on riding. Guys, I thought I'd bloody tell you, I didn't lose my wallet. If anybody was looking at that footage when I was on Max and you've seen that sitting in my back pocket nearly falling out, when I went and looked at the video, the footage of it, I went, shit, have I got my wallet still? So it's alright, I do have it. The other thing that you guys might have picked up on was that sitting on Max, you might think that that's going to get scuffed up, rubbing somewhere on the bike or on the bag, and it's a possibility. So at this stage I've got to think a little bit more about it, but at this stage I might just use like a little bloody sock thing and just have that sit on there like that. I don't know, I've got to figure that one out. Alright guys, keep on riding, and if you aren't bloody riding, keep on keeping on.